Ah! This is an emergency! An emergency! As a divorce lawyer for 15 years, I have heard that countless times. That this is an emergency, usually over the phone. Like, this is an emergency. Usually at 4:39 on a Friday afternoon as well. Talking to you. So, this happens a lot. You have to understand that lack of preparation is not an emergency. It's not. Lack of preparation is not an emergency. There are certain things that you can see coming from miles away, and judges can see this coming from a mile away, because we're looking at emergencies in divorce and family law context. And in Florida, which is where I practice, Smith v. Kreider is the case that most of the judges, at least in the courts that I practice in here in Florida, look at. And the quick and dirty analysis is really what the courts are looking for: blood, bullets, or kidnapping. There's exceptions to that. That's an easy one for me to be able to say to a client, all right, blood, bullets, kidnapping, because people normally know if there's kidnapping, emergency. Bullets, emergency. Blood, probably emergency. Abuse, child abuse, spousal abuse, okay. But, I'm not even going to go into the hundreds and hundreds of situations that I've dealt with through the years. Not necessarily saying my clients, but the other side, especially, of course, the other side. Hundreds of times of situations that were not emergencies. The good thing is, if a client comes to me, I'm able to tell them, this is not an emergency. If it is an emergency, we can discuss it, we can talk about it, we can discuss the next steps. And sometimes they are emergencies. We filed a lot of emergency motions that have turned out to be emergencies and had to be dealt with on an emergency basis. So the good thing is the courts have a mechanism in place in Florida that you can deal with your emergency if it's an emergency. So again, 4:39 on that Friday afternoon, and you decide you want to sell your house because the thought came into your mind and you hadn't, called all week, and now you want to do it, and now you want to file something and have the court. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, okay? There are emergencies, but then there are some things that it's just a lack of preparation.